The northern English town of Leigh voted in a Conservative Member of Parliament for the first time at the UK's last general election. Locals hoped for a promised transformation of the once thriving coal and manufacturing area. But over 4 years later, and just days until the next national ballot, the signs of economic hardship and neglect remain. Many shops on Leigh's main shopping streets are boarded up. Housing and homelessness are also big issues here. John Reedyard used to work in a textile mill in Leigh. He was one of those who voted Conservative in 2019.
As you can see, the town's died. It was a thriving community. Everybody was happy, and it's gone. Yeah. There's no laughter in the streets like it used to be. You know, and like mill and miners, the heart and soul of the country. And apart from that, it's just desolate.
At the 2019 general election, then Prime Minister Boris Johnson persuaded voters in dozens of towns like Leigh in northern and central England to elect a Conservative candidate for the first time. Those areas in the country's former industrial heartland, known as the Red Wall, were previously strongholds of the opposition Labour Party. But Johnson's pledge to get Brexit done resonated with an electorate tired of Britain's slow negotiations to withdraw from the EU. Voters were also swayed by his promises of levelling up, a policy of investing in local projects to regenerate deprived areas. Many of them now feel betrayed, and polls predict that the Conservatives will lose all the seats in Red Wall areas in Thursday's vote, helping Labour to a landslide victory. Farai Nakaniso is a local Labour campaigner.
People in Leigh are struggling far worse compared to 5 years ago, based on the cost of living crisis that we're facing as a nation at the moment. And places like Leigh are being hit the hardest because we had a Conservative MP that didn't stick up for people locally here in the Leigh constituency, and we need a change to that.
Leigh was assigned $40 million to redevelop the town centre under the Levelling Up plan. But Reuters has found more than 99% of those funds have not been spent, with the cash caught up in local political and bureaucratic quarrels. Other areas of Britain follow a similar pattern. Parliament's Public Accounts Committee said in March that nationally, just over 10% of the more than $12 billion local regeneration funds have been spent. Of the 44 voters who spoke to Reuters in Leigh, only one planned to vote Conservative this time around. Michael Winstanley, the Tory candidate, said he would have liked to have seen more money spent on regenerating the town, but he blames the Labour-run local council for failing to have a clear plan. Labour said if it wins Thursday's election, it will give more powers to local leaders and would drop the term levelling up to mark a break with Conservative policies.